What's going on? What's going on? What is going on, man? Shout out to the CIA. One love, FBI. How we doing, people? Let folks join up in this mug while I get this a little squared away. Back with a quick Instagram live. I kind of like doing Instagram lives because, hey, you gotta do different things for different audiences. You see the title of the stream. It's something I said the other night, and it's something that I mean. That ladies, you need to put a price tag on it. You need to put, if you are serious about getting out here on this 2021 mating and dating market, forget these silly notions of fairness and equality and all kind of crap like that. It is blood sport. I said it and I meant it. You need to put a price on it. Put a price on it, meaning put a price on you. Why is that important? Well, you ask yourself a question. One of the biggest problems that you can start to see is that women, you think your value is one thing, and it has become very obvious that men value it differently. And I watched a video today where a couple was going back and forth about this. And the woman kept saying, I feel. Ladies, it does not matter if you accept it, if you like it, or dislike it. The men get to decide. And the men that you want women for a different reason. And the problem a lot of women are having today, is your education, your income doesn't matter. Doesn't make you hotter. Or else you would see a bunch of if it did, you'd see a bunch of women who were over 35, over 200 pounds, and you be picking men the way men pick women. Ladies, let me tell you definitively, men understand that you want things to be a different way, but it is not going to change. Why do you ladies seem to have such a hard time accepting that men get to decide how much you are worth to men? See, this whole notion of everybody's special and everybody's a 10, I've heard some of the most ignorant shit from some content creators. I'm a 10, you're a 10. Why I'm not a 10? Why I'm not a 10? You're not a 10 because men say you're not a 10. You're not a 10 because men say you're not a 10, and that's what matters. That's what matters out here. The same thing is the reason I think about this, if we just flip the situation and a dude working at McDonald's thought he should have a dime piece, women would be like, are you nuts? Why should you be able to get a dime and you work at McDonald's? Start naming some. What are some of the hottest women out right now? Put them in the chat room. Put some of the sexiest, hottest women's names in the chat room. And imagine if you got a guy who had a high school, a GED, working swing shift at McDonald's, just said, you know what? I should have her. Y'all would have a major problem with that. Because what you would be saying is that if that hot woman went to an average guy, what would me as an average or below average woman get? See, you guys understand how this works, because the first person to have a value put on them is men. Men are the first ones to have a value put on us. That is why men go to high school. Men go to college. Men go to corporate America. If a man could get the kind and caliber of female attention that he wanted, we would be still living in caves eating bologna sandwiches. Men don't need Tom Ford suede jackets and all this other stuff. Why is all this important? Because ladies like it. There's a term called a theory called the selfish gene, and it basically comes down to this: that you can actually put everything that mankind does on one simple thing to get your DNA to the next generation. See, men are okay. Men know this. If you've ever been to a dance, men are okay with knowing that, oh man, do you see Shelly over there? Yeah, she's over there standing next to Vanessa. Yeah, Vanessa's so fine. Yeah, she's so fine, but she only dates drug dealers. She only dates pretty boys. She only dates college guys. She only dates guys that drive Mercedes. Yeah, but she's a sophomore in high school. Yeah, man, but that's who it is. We know how this goes. So when we're 14 years old, we know the girls in high school ain't checking for us. They're dating at best they're dating the it guy in high school, the captain of the football team. And the only way to increase your profile is to become special. See, I was an academic guy, but I was also the drum major of my band. I became popular in high school because I became drum major of a band. And in a black high school, the band is as popular, more popular than the football team. That's how I stepped up. And then when I went to college, I was right in line with everybody else until I pledged Kappa. And after I pledged Kappa, I became in the top 10% of men on campus. Like it or not, that's how it goes. Okay? You don't go to school to get a degree in philosophy. Imagine if I could have the kind of woman I wanted, I would have gone to school for something like philosophy, art history. If I didn't need to make money, I'm really a nerd. Coolest nerd, See? But the fact of the matter is, you need to be able to put some dollars in a bank account in order to get premium women. So men accept these things. The problem is you ladies don't accept this. Kappa Alpha Psi, traditional black fraternity. Yo, baby, yo, baby, yo. And see, the funny thing is, my freshman year, first semester, if I saw people on the yard and they said, "Hey, Kevin, how you doing?" And I didn't respond, they may say, "Oh man, Kevin's having a bad day. He must not have heard me." But after I went over, after I pledged Kappa and I crossed, if somebody said, "Hey, Kevin, how you doing?" and I didn't respond, see, ever since he became a Kappa, he's too big. He's too full of himself. He think he better. No, I was the same guy before I was Kappa Alpha Psi afterwards. It's just people start looking at you differently. Ladies, that's why men drive BMWs. That's why men drive Mercedes. That's why men, conspicuously consume, because you guys require it. That's how you keep score. Now, the problem is you've been told to postpone marriage, relationships, and children to get out here and to compete with men. And the problem is you can't compete with us. We'll kick your ass. If you're out here trying to compete against men, we're not going to give up the promotion. We're going to fight you for it. I know in sales that a beautiful sales professional who's a woman traditionally outperforms a good-looking sales guy to a certain level, the account executive level to major accounts. When you start getting into national accounts where real dollars tend to get on the line, where somebody can say, "Kevin, I would switch to your product or service because you got a better proposal and it would actually save my company money. But let me show you what I would lose if I switch to your company. Let me show you my rep." I have had people show me their sales rep. And like, if I quit, I don't get her coming by and visit me every month. Business owners making business decisions to keep their accounts with those people so they can get their monthly visit by their pretty sales rep. Some of these guys were having relationships with their rep. Oh, let me say this also. If I see my lives on Instagram saved and uploaded on YouTube or something like that, I'm going to get them knocked down. Don't go around saving my content without asking me. It's my content, okay? I appreciate that you like it, but if anybody's going to make money off my content, it's me. Not you, me. If you want to upload my content, you need to email me, ask for permission, and if I decide to give it to you, fine. But if I don't, if I see your content up, especially if it's off platform, I will get it knocked down. Got it? So, we're talking about guys who had reps. I'm like, I'm going to save you $2,000, $3,000 a month. $30,000, $40,000 a year? Nope, my rep is better than that, especially if it wasn't their money. If they were just a telecommunications manager, that was the company's money, and it made sense. So I learned as a salesperson, stop asking me questions about cologne. Pay attention. Stop asking me questions about stuff that I'm not talking about. Pay attention. So I learned as a rookie salesperson, account executive, that women were going to outdo you. They had a natural advantage because the person who signed the decision makers in organizations, the people who signed the checks, the people who signed on the line that's dotted were men. And they would rather have a pretty, all things being equal, they'd rather have a pretty sales rep with a product or service that worked just fine than having a better product or service going to save them a little bit of money to just have a man. So where did that tell me? Where did that show me? That why is it that there's so many sales reps that are females at the entry level, but the higher up you go, it tends to be dominated by older men? Because at a certain level, that's where real business decisions have to be made. And then you need more than a pretty face. You need to be able to deliver. And make no mistake, there are women up there too. This is where you got to get really competitive. Why is all this important? Because men understand we got to compete. We got to provide more value, deliver in order to get the best things in life. That's what we understand. Ladies, your education and your income don't matter to high value men. Not like you think they do. Do I think women are more motivated than men? Absolutely not. Women actually are rather lazy when it comes, do you think the average woman is competing? Any tips for a brother retiring from the military? No wife, no kids, no debt? Yeah, hire a coach like myself. Military is a different life. I come from a military family. And just because you can retire from the military, no wife, no kids, no debt, I'm going to tell you, one of the biggest disappointments most military guys have is realizing that their military experience does not translate into experience and success in the corporate world. My brothers had that issue. Both sides of my family do. In the military, you don't have to compete like this. In the military, you got to follow rules. Out here, you got to make moves. And ain't nobody going to give you that kind of information for free. All right, new cologne. This is Joe Malone, Scarlet Poppy, Cologne Intense. If you like Baccarat Rouge 540 or Killian, ooh, that's good. If you like Killian Rolling in Love, you will like Scarlet Poppy. And then, so those are two sweeter fragrances. Then we have House of Sillage #1, a great cherry fragrance, and then Time for Lost Cherry. You notice I got all red bottles today. So we're going to bring some people on. Ladies, you got to put a price tag on it. Think of yourself as a car. If you were trying to sell your car, you would not leave it in the garage. You would put it online. You would take some pictures of it. You would wash it up, clean it up, take some pictures of it, and put it online. You also would take it to a place in the city that got a lot of traffic to get it seen, to get a shot of being sold. Okay? You wouldn't just So, and if you want to if you ever had to sell a car, there are free listings and there are premium listings. You're not a product. The fuck you're not. Oh, you're not a product. Oh, where's that woman that says she's not a product? Oh, you're just, you're not a product. Yeah, come on. Let's go live. You are a product. Come on. This woman says she's not a product. This is the delusion. See, she's not willing to get up here and stand up to that. I'm not a product. No, what you're saying is you're not a good product. You're an inferior product. That's what you're saying. You're an inferior product. And that's up to you. Be an inferior product. But just saying, well, I don't have a price. You are a product to a man. And we are the consumer. See, and this is the problem a lot of you ladies have with reality. I'm not this, I'm not that. Then what are you? Has anybody purchased you? Has anyone married you? A marriage is a purchase. A marriage is a purchase backed up by a legal contract. When someone marries you, that state contract is a license. You hear this stupidity? The ego of a lot of women, in particular a lot of black women. You got too much ego to have so little success. Oh, shit. You have far too much ego to have so little success. Shut the French toast up and pay attention. Because until you can pass at least one group on the marriage totem pole, you got no room to talk. You got no room to talk. It's like the Cleveland, who's the worst team in football? Are men a product? No, men are the consumer. On the marriage market, men are the consumer. You know where men are the product? Men are the product when it comes to sex. You're the consumer when it comes to sex because you get to choose who you have sex with. You got everybody trying to get what you want. You don't let everybody in. You choose who you let in. So in that regard, you are the consumer. Men are the product. But see, you like it that way. You like it that if you didn't think you were a product, then how could you do this stupid shit like this? I got a 90-day rule. If you weren't a product, how could a woman say, I'm going to make you wait 90 days? You raise the price up to where you think somebody should have to pay it. And you choose to let who have it. And everybody that takes you out for 90 days does not automatically get it. See, you like it that way. But that only lasts for a little time from ages of, let's be reasonable. A lot of people used to lose their virginity around 16 years old. 16 to 27 years old, right? 26 years old. Right before the danger zone is when you're at the peak of your hotness. 10 years, you get a 10-year run. But after that, the new models start coming out. If you ever had a new car, ain't nothing like a new car. New car smell. You drop a leaf in your car and you picking it up. You getting some carpet spray and getting the dirt from the leaf off your carpet and shit. You just, it rains, you go wiping shit up. But eventually, you'll start allowing yourself to drink water in your car, and even though you may not eat in your car, something will happen. But no matter what, it'll become a month old, 2 months old, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, then the new models will come out. And your car may still be dope. Low miles, like my Beamer. Love my BMW. But every year a new model comes out. And to think that my car is worth as much as it was the day I bought it, if there's a new market every year, come on, ladies. You got a 10-year window. Then your value drops. And nothing in the world gains value with age and use. It's not the norm. If I see somebody else coming through here talking about PhD t-shirts, I'm gonna time you out. Please stop doing that let me stop junking on my chat room with that, please. So you get to choose, pick and choose when you're the hottest you are, which men you will have sex with, which will go back to the high school or college. Why, when you're in high school, see, the problem is you guys peak too soon. You peak in high school and you take pleasure in turning down guys. He's corny, he's this, he's that. But life balances out, ladies. And the point is, you got to put a price on it. And the question is this. If you're putting a car out to sell, you go to the Kelley Blue Book. You would go, if you were smart, you go to someone who specialized in selling cars like you have, and somebody to help you estimate the value. If you had a 2015 Honda Accord, you'd know how much you paid for it, but you would have to go somewhere to say, what is a 2015 Honda Accord? That's the Kelley Blue Book. That's the online. And it would help give you a price range, a starting point. And you would know that, well, the lowest I've seen these cars go for, depending upon condition, is this. And the highest I've seen this year car go for, depending upon condition, is this. You would not try to go for 5 times the highest value because it wouldn't sell. Okay? You understand that, ladies. Well, how about this? When you go to put a price on yourself, you go to you. You don't go to a Kelley Blue Book. You don't even go to men. You go to yourself, and I'm a queen, I'm a diva, I'm a boss, I'm a bad bee, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10. Okay. And then you put yourself out there and ain't nobody trying. You get no emails, no phone calls, no nothing. Ain't nobody trying to buy you. And never once do you think maybe the price is too high. No, they're all just gay, down low. They ain't on my level, whatever. That's the problem. So let's get on. I'm going to get on with some women. Be nice. That's how it goes. Put a price on it. Put a price on it. Hello.
Hello, Kevin.
How are you?
I'm blessed and grateful. How are you?
I am well. What do you got for me?
Fantastic. Well, I'm an international supermodel. I'm 22 years old, and I just came out with a song. Insider wrote about it. And I want millions because I think I'm responsible to handle the money. So I'm looking for a responsible man.
How old are you?
22 years old.
Okay. And you want what?
A responsible man, a man who can communicate, a man who's loving and has some money.
Okay. What does your father do for a living?
My father is a pastor.
Okay. What does your father say about this?
Well, he loves me very much.
No. About your worldly wants.
He wants me to marry a good man.
No. I said your worldly wants. Because
My
you're
world.
international. Because what you said, young lady, is I'm an international supermodel, and I've made this song, and I want a man with millions. And hey, I make no judgment. That's worldly, and I think it's kind of unusual for a pastor's daughter to not understand that that's worldly. I'm not judging it. I'm just saying it's worldly.
Well, you see, Kevin, I come from inner poverty, and I wasn't raised with much. But after my international travels, I see what I deserve in my life.
Deserve, do you? Deserve.
Yes.
Tell me why you deserve what somebody else has.
I never said that.
Well, what do you mean? Tell me what you deserve.
I deserve Money, because I'm intelligent.
So, every intelligent person, are you a member of Mensa,
What's Mensa?
the Society for Genius Level Intellects?
Oh, well, I've never heard of this.
Hmm, right. So, let's just follow your line of thought. Intelligent people deserve money.
Like me, I believe.
No, 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 no. You said you deserve money because you're intelligent. So
Yes,
intelligent.
I believe I can handle money.
Okay. What's the
A
most
lot of
money
it.
you? What is the most money you've ever earned?
My MAC Cosmetics campaign in 2019, I was paid $20,000.
Okay. Uh, and where is that money at right now?
Well, I invested some of it
Hmm.
and I spent some of it.
Right. So in 2019, you got $20,000 in a lump sum payment.
Correct?
Tell me about the rate of return you've received in the last year.
The rate of return. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not that financially literate, but
But ma'am, now, okay, I get that this is your moment to shine, but you're sounding kind of crazy. So I'm hoping you're an actress. I'm hoping you're an actress because this isn't looking
I
too good.
should be.
Well,
I
but the thing
must
is,
say.
but here's the thing. I'm taking this, and are you 22?
Yes, sir.
All right, life isn't a joke, young lady.
Did I say it was?
Uh, Now, see, this is where we don't go.
Why? Because I'm
No, no, no.
sassy?
This is no. Let me make you real clear. This is where we don't go. I have not insulted you, and I will bid you a good night because I don't do
Oh,
this. No, no,
Kevin.
no, no. Don't and don't
Well,
condescend.
goodbye then. I don't need you.
Of course not. You need. No, you know what? See, guys, look at what you just saw. That is a deluded woman. Her MAC Cosmetics deal. We know you didn't have a better dental deal. We know that. I deserve millions. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. That's what's going on up in here. And see, for you ladies who think that maybe she was just trolling or joking, no. There. If you just took the video down and just looked at what she said, that's the sentiment of a lot of women today. They feel like they deserve somebody else's stuff. Now let's just assume what she said was true. I deserve someone who's intelligent. I mean, I deserve money because I'm intelligent. And you notice every question I asked her, she had to realize how foolish she sounded. But at the end of the day, you come from a pastor. Young lady, you're going to have a lot of troubles out here. What did Future say? She's for the streets. Um, Only dealing with women. So here's a funny thing. Yeah, if you don't have a female icon, you can't get on. And if your pace isn't there, I can't help you. Um, I mean, see the thing. Here's the thing. Here's another thing that you got to also realize that to women, attention is currency. So for her, she felt like this could be her 15 minutes of fame. That won't go anywhere. Zero. Beep. You know, and if it does, it'll be for a clip that I think it'll be interesting. Uh-uh. So, Amanda, your picture is not of you. So I'm not going to offer you, if your icon is not of a human being, I'm not going to send out a request. Well, she said, I believe, y'all leave her alone. I mean, there was obviously something wrong with her. Hello. There was obviously something a little wrong with that child.
Can you?
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
that was insane. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, were you here last week?
I was here. You remember me?
Uh-huh.
All
What do
right.
you
So
got for me?
listen, two questions, but they're really quick.
Okay.
What would you classify the high-ranking woman? But then I want you to tell us what you would classify the high-ranking man. I never mind. You know how you talk, and usually it's about women. But I want the men to follow you as well to know what you classify as the high-ranking man.
What do you mean what I don't understand the question. What would I classify as the high-ranking woman? What do you mean?
For example, outside of looks, because you talked about your Stacey Dashes and stuff like that. So I know what a 10 is to you, but what would you classify a high-ranking woman?
A high-value woman?
High value, yes, we could say high value.
I've already outlined this on my YouTube channel, but she's attractive and appealing. She has a comforting character. She's loyal and liberating. She's exuberant and she's enthusiastic. She's dedicated and disciplined. So, you know, it's very simple. When it's for a higher value woman, it comes down to a woman is high value in reference to men. And that's what I think a lot of women have an issue with, that your value is correlated to men, because whether you like it or not, the female's role on the planet is the male. We are your reason for being. Without us, you die. You cannot, a single solitary woman will die. She does not even have the physical hand strength to manipulate the environment to survive. A woman's hand strength is like 17 times weaker than a man's.
We do need the muscle. We do. You didn't say anything about finances or anything so that has nothing to do with the high value woman, according to you.
No, being a high value woman has nothing to do. No, because we don't care about your money. Your money doesn't mean anything to us. That's number one. Your money doesn't mean anything to us. Number two, we don't have access to it anyway. Attractive and appealing, comforting character, discerning and disciplined, enthusiastic and exuberant, loyal and liberating. Your money is meaningless. I mean, now, is that surprising?
No, to me, no.
As far as a high value man, I've already laid that out countless times. I've already laid that one out countless times. Now, would you?
Not enough.
How many, huh? Say again?
Not enough.
What's wrong with your phone?
Not enough.
No. I've laid it out a lot, man. I've laid it out a lot. It's just that everybody can't find my YouTube channel. But why do you say not enough?
Well, I've kind of watched you on both. After I learned that you go live here first and then jump straight to YouTube, now I know to go here and then go there.
But you say, when I said I've laid out what it means to be a high value man a lot, and you said it's not enough. Why?
I think every time I see a video, every time I see a video, we're usually talking about women. All the time we're talking about women. It's very seldom that I hear you talk about a man, really. Very, very seldom.
How long have you been watching my channel?
To be honest with you, I just found you maybe 2 months ago.
Really? So tell me how many of the 800 videos I already have in my catalog that you've watched.
Probably 20. Probably 20.
I didn't start talking to women. I didn't start speaking primarily to women until the summer.
Until maybe you went. I probably tried.
Until the summer.
You around when
until
you went
the
viral.
summer. That means previous. That means for 3 years before the summer, I was talking to men solely.
Well, I wasn't around when you were speaking to them, so I did not
They're
have the
they're they're on my
luxury
YouTube channel.
to hear
They're
you
on my
speak
YouTube
about
channel.
them.
See, but they're on my YouTube channel. And see, this
Okay.
is what I want. This is what I'm trying to get you ladies to understand. This is where I challenge you ladies to start getting curious and stop being lazy. The information is there. The videos are there. All you gotta do is go back and look at it.
Yeah.
I had for 3 months, I had a business show where I'm talking solely to men vetting business ideas. But why is this, even if I did talk to women, why is that an issue?
It's not. You see, we just spoke about, I just want to hear what you would qualify a high value man. But no, it's not a problem. I love the video.
Are you looking for a high value
Of
guy?
course I am.
Okay. Something's going on with your phone there.
I own a
Your connection.
business. I'm sorry, Kevin, and the notifications coming so fast. I'm sorry. The notifications coming so fast. When I go to click them up, sometimes it goes off the screen. I'm sorry. But yes, of course I am.
I don't. Are you on Wi-Fi or something?
Yes, is the connection slow?
Yeah, because you look digitized.
Let me try to cut it off.
Okay. Oh, now you are.
That's me.
There you go.
Clear?
Better.
Not clear?
Okay. It is. It's better.
Okay.
But okay. So I'm always fascinated. Over the last 7 months, it seems like doing my show Monday through Friday, that's an average of 5 shows a week, 20 shows a month, over 100 shows. And I can say I've had less, and each show I talk to about 7 women. That's over 700 women. Some shows as many as 20. Well, let's say an average of 7. 100 shows, that's 700 women. I've had 3 women say they didn't want a high value man. 3. That's 697 women on the low end. But but that means almost 100% of women, regardless of age, income, regardless of looks, weight, want high value men. Why? And my last thing is, why do you want a high value man?
So you want me to answer for me, or you want me to answer
For you?
for
Yeah,
him?
for you, just for you. All you can answer is for you.
To be honest, I want a high value man because I know what it takes to take care of one. So if I'm going to provide that type of that caring and that nurturing and that level of femininity for a man, I want him to be of high value. I want him to be able to appreciate that. And a man of only high value will appreciate those kind of things. A hood man, a hood man can't appreciate those kind of things. A man that doesn't have the type of intelligence that I have, not saying that he has to have a college degree, but I did obtain one. So a man that does not have one might not appreciate one, and it might intimidate him, whether you're using
Were
it
you
or
raised
not.
with your mom and dad?
Not together, but yes, I had them both in my
No, but
life.
mom and dad weren't in the household together.
No, not for a long time.
So were you raised? So did your mother marry?
Yes.
What age were you and your mother married?
Older. One marriage is now 25, but I'm 26 now. So she just got married again. The first marriage.
But you were pretty much raised by a single mother.
Yes.
So first thing you said is you know how to take care of a high value man.
Right.
This is a yes or no question. Were you raised and trained how to be a housewife?
No.
Okay. Were you raised and trained on etiquette courses?
Coming up, no. By my mother, no.
Okay. Were you a girly girl
Coming up?
as a yes.
Yes, coming up, yes. But
Okay, and
in
then when did
college,
they
not
switch?
so much.
Okay, I don't doubt that you believe you know how to take care of a high value man,
Hmm.
but the first part, you weren't trained to be a housewife. You weren't trained to be a traditional woman. You were trained by a single mother.
Hmm.
You went to college, and you speak of your degree
Hmm.
in a way that high value women don't.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Meaning, me, well,
I didn't want to
me-
interject, but I had something to say, of course.
meaning you could go to Wellesley, you could go to
Hmm.
Princeton, and there are plenty of women who had $1,000 an hour etiquette courses by their parents as children, as
Right,
girls, who went to all girl academies, who went to private schools just to become a housewife.
right,
How do you how do you how do you see, half 2021 is about showing your worth
right.
to a man. How do you show a man, especially a high value man, that you know how to treat him?
Well, to answer your question that I wanted to answer previously, although not taught it coming up, I understood the toxic and not being taught that. So later, I took it upon myself to learn it on my own. I took it
Learn what
upon
on
my,
your own? Learn what
I,
on your own?
I learned, I had to unlearn the I don't need a man single mother stuff because that's what I learned. I grew up around it. So
Right.
after learning that I did need a man, I was a little rough around the edges, slightly, but I had to unlearn how to be that. And I had to unlearn how to be that for that reason solely, for that reason on its
Right.
own. I had to unlearn that behavior, learn
How long ago did you unlearn that?
um, it's been like 5 years now.
How old are you now?
I'm 26.
I got news for most of you ladies. You're in this group too.
Hmm.
You're pricing yourself very high.
And why do you say that? As far because you categorized me, so I gotta know for me.
Well, I know high value men, and I know
Yes,
what they're looking for in wives. And
yes,
you're the woman that has the tattoos,
yes,
right?
yes.
You have the big hoop earrings and this. You're kind of a round the way girl kind of
Okay,
thing.
we can say
Not
that.
what they're looking for. They're looking for soccer moms.
You're right. Some.
So, but in which you said, I want a high value man, and effectively because I deserve one because I know how to treat one. That's what you effectively said.
Not in the sense of I deserve. I want the efforts that are given to high value men
Right.
because
You
that's
want
what
a high value
I want them to
lifestyle.
be
You
appreciated.
want the
Right.
outcomes. You want the high value lifestyle.
No, it's
No.
I'm not going for it because well, when you say high value lifestyle, I'm assuming the cars, the flashiness, the this, the that. Is that what you're
That's
pertaining
not
to?
flashy. It's just it's a house, suburban, uh, nice public school, private school, college for the kids. That's a lifestyle.
Well, my father can provide that, and he's not a high value man at all. So
Well,
that lifestyle,
but
that's
your
not
father
really.
can. Your father. Hold on. You said your father can't provide it.
Yes, yes,
I don't
but
understand because. Okay. Okay. Now I'm getting confused because you didn't grow up that way.
no, you didn't ask me how I grew up, Kevin. You asked me if I grew up with both parents in the home. I told you no. So you assumed that my father wasn't involved, and I didn't interject. I allowed you to say, well, you grew up, so. But that's what we were talking about. It did. My father wasn't a factor at that point, so it doesn't even matter
How'd
about
you
the
become so
circumstance.
rough if your father? How'd you become so rough if your father was there?
Um, he's kind of tough.
But
I
that
think I
doesn't.
got a
But
yeah.
tough
My
fathers don't
father's
make
kind of
tough
tough.
daughters. Tough,
Yes.
tough
So,
fathers make soft daughters.
well, no, he did not.
Okay. Um. Look.
But back to the topic, yes. Listening to.
At the end of the day, you have a high estimation of yourself,
Okay.
and you feel as though you should have a high value man because of your estimation of yourself. I mean, whether you say I deserve or not, it's pretty much you say I qualify for this. I'm going to treat somebody in this way, so I deserve to be treated this way.
Right.
What do you think? And what I'm telling you, what I'm getting from you is what you're talking about is not high value. It's just normal. If you're white, this wouldn't be special. If you were Hispanic or Middle East, if you were non-black, you wouldn't be special. This is just normal stuff. I mean, bottom line, man, you did not grow up in a traditional household. Did you grow up, do you have brothers?
Yes.
Younger or older?
Both.
Age difference between your brothers and you?
My older brother, maybe 3. My younger brother, about 3.
3 years, so 3 years above 3 years old. So when you were 10 years old, you had a 13-year-old brother and a 7-year-old brother. When dinner was ready, the food was prepared, tell me how you served your 13-year-old brother and your 7-year-old brother before you ate.
Well, I told you I didn't take time to learn all of those qualities.
Okay, so you didn't. So
After.
Tell me how. So how did you serve your brothers? How are you serving your brothers now?
How would I serve my boyfriend now, or the person?
No, your brothers. Your brothers. No, your brothers.
I'm grown, Kevin. I live by myself.
No, but that does see what I'm. See, you don't understand. You're grown. You're still a woman, and they're still the men.
Right. Right.
That's the difference.
Right.
You think a man is to serve you, and you serve him.
No.
Okay. Pay attention.
Gotcha.
You didn't grow up serving men.
Right.
You didn't grow up being trained how to be a housewife or trained how to be a helpmeet. You were trained how to be an individual. That's not what high value men are looking for from their women.
So it's not safe to say, but what it sounds like from you is that a high value woman would be a pretty slave.
See? And I want you to understand what you just said. What I just explained to you sounds like slavery.
Slavery is not always negative, so I don't want you to connotate it as a negative thing.
No, ma'am. Hold on.
Go ahead.
There's no way to pretty it up. Submission and serving a man to most black women sounds like servitude.
No, submission would have been a better word to you.
No, I said what I meant. I meant serve, because women in Hispanic communities, Italian women, the older women serve their younger brothers. And see, what's supposed to happen if things hadn't fallen apart. If we were what we were in 1940, you were 13, you were 10, and your brother was 13, and your brother was 7. Right. You and your mother and your sisters would have been cooking while the men were out in the front doing what they're supposed to be doing. And when it's dinner time, Dad sits at the head of the table, the men sit down, and the women serve the men their plates. And after the men are served, the women sit down, make their plates. Father blesses the food, everybody else gets on eating. When it's all said and done, the men get up and you go clean your brother's plate, and your mama cleans your father's plate. That's how you learn how to serve a man, by practicing on your brothers. Even if you was having an argument with them about homework 30 minutes before, your role, your duty is still to serve the men. That ain't slavery. That's duty.
This is understood. These are things that are already done. But I'm not there to, these are things that are already done. These are things that I know. That's how I treat my father. And my brother wants to move with me now at this point for reasons beyond.
But ma'am, but the word slavery shouldn't have, okay.
You're right. I said submission was a better word. You're right.
But you don't tell me submission is, no, it doesn't matter what I call it. I could call it tiddlywinks, and you wouldn't care because your ego wouldn't be involved. Mm-hmm. Your ego is involved in this. And see, if you were really a submissive woman to a feminine man, you wouldn't care what I call it, because it's an honor for you to do that. And it's not, what I just described is not honorful. It's not honorific to you.
I don't want to interject too much because
Well,
I don't
tell me,
want to.
okay, did what I just described to you sound as something that you would take pleasure and honor and pride in doing?
Yes.
Then why didn't your mother teach that to you?
We can't answer questions to be on why someone didn't.
All
Maybe she
right.
wasn't
And
taught.
are you doing this in your life? Okay. You say
Yes.
you'll do it for your man,
Yes.
but what about for your brothers?
Yes. 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 But I live in Georgia. I'm from New York, so everybody's there now. But
And I'm
yes.
gonna just tell you, most New York women have a hard time with this thing, because here's
With
the
what?
other thing, man. Let me also just fast forward. Here's another thing. Let's just say you are a Eastern transplant, New Wave Southern Belle, and you are just ready for this high value man. You realize you got
Right.
women
Something
who
about
were you realize you got women who were raised this way from
yes.
from the cradle.
Yes.
They're your competition,
Yes.
and it's like, how, for every high value man, how many qualified women do you think he has to pick from?
Many.
Give me a number.
For one man.
Do you care if he's black?
Yes.
Okay. So how many? So for a high value black man, how many qualified high value black women does he have to pick from?
At least, and this is the least, at least 20.
20?
At least.
You better
Wait,
jump that number. You better jump that number up.
I'm
That's
freezing
not
in here.
even
It's so
black
cold
women.
outside.
You still got, there are 2 million more
Right,
black women than
right.
black
So
men.
many other nationalities want them, I'm sure.
So my point is, and the point I'm getting to, man, is there are more females than men, and the higher up you go, the more women you have wanting those men. And see, the thing is, they can only get one woman.
Oh my goodness, I'm cold.
So if you need a high value guy because you feel like what you're going to do for him deserves that kind of treatment, and there are not any available, then what?
And I'm stuck.
No, what does that mean?
If I want a high value man and they are no longer any available, I guess I didn't make the cut and I'm stuck.
What does stuck mean?
I would have to make the decision to choose not a lower value man or not choose at all. But I would have to choose. Yeah, right. I would have to choose a
So what would
man.
you choose?
I guess if he's not up high, he'd be an average man, would he not? If we're speaking on your terminology, if he's not high value, he has to be.
Yeah,
He has to be average.
if they're all sold out at the store,
Right?
then what?
I'd be sorting through the average men.
That's
not what I'm hoped for, though, at all.
Exactly, and none of you do. None of you do.
Some people, and to be honest, I don't think I'm naive. I think I take in, information very well. But some people are not requesting a high value man, and not necessarily because they think that they're. Well, yeah.
Let me rewind you, ma'am. I've been in this for a lot longer than you have, and I told you.
Oh, yeah, you gave me the statistics. You said only 3. Yeah. You're right.
You just go back to last night's show.
Yeah.
See, what you're having to realize is, like many women realize, all the things you're saying, eventually, there's one man and there are dozens and dozens of women for that man, and only one gets him. And then the rest of you are sitting back saying, well, I'm just stuck. You know what you're effectively saying? To all the other men out there, that you're my second choice.
Right.
And here's the thing.
That's not okay.
And I got news for you. They don't want you either. They don't want you because they don't want to be anybody's second choice.
Right.
They don't want to be settled for.
Right.
And what they're really going to do is they're going to look at you with a fine-tooth comb, and when they make the determination that your price is too high, that you were over in the high-value pool, and you should have been over here in the normal average pool, and you're coming back to the normal average pool because the high-value pool is closed, they're going to say, fuck you. We ain't got time. You should have been over here with us anyway. But you thought you was too good for us and you was over there. And that's the problem with many women. You think you should be here and you want to be over there. I'm sorry, man. You were raised by a single mother.
Oh no, I
Like
don't think
me.
that's my problem. You don't gotta say sorry.
But the thing is, I mean, I said it the other day on my show, the tattoos and the round the way girl and all this other stuff. I said that the first time. I said, this is my how you guys go for. But it seemed like it just was like, well, whatever.
No,
Because it's like, I still,
took
no, hold on, listen. Well, whatever, in the sense that I still hopeful. You know, I hear what you're saying, but there's a shot. I got time. Instead of, and that's what I see with far too many women. It's like, you all think you're going to go to the league. You all think you're going to get drafted. You all think you're going to be the number one pick. You all think that. You can laugh. Go to my show last night.
I'm smiling.
You can
Kevin.
smile, but go to my
laughing.
show last night. Go to my show last night, and I had women from 20 to 50, all, and then go to the show Wednesday night. There are 30 women, 30 in 2 days, and they all think they're going to the league.
Well, when you say league, are these women shooting for superstars and not superstars, just as NBA? Are these women shooting for
these high value men, the very man we're talking about right now, and that's just the black ones. You do realize that Hispanic, Asian, Caucasian, and Middle Eastern women are all coming from the high value men too. So what I don't understand is why so many modern women, average modern women, all feel like they should have above average lifestyles. When I was your age, women didn't think this way. They knew they were average. And they wanted an average guy. They wanted a guy who worked at the plant or the post office, even if they went to college. It was starting to happen by my mother's generation. But in the last 30 years, it's like y'all all want men who are making six figures, and it's like in this lifestyle to where you don't have to work. And I'm like, no.
Okay. Now.
I mean, like, do you want, like, a case in point? Do you want to have to? If you're married, how many children do you want?
To be honest, however many we have. Kevin, would you have preferred me to lie to you? However many we have. I don't plan to put a stop to it. I'm 26 now, so I'm sure we can't go too crazy.
How many would you like to have? It's not a trick question.
At least 3. 3 is okay.
3. Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant with the first child?
No. But single right now, I'm setting that up for myself. So I wouldn't really, of course, I would rely on him in marriage.
Okay, so ma'am.
Yeah.
Whatever you're working on right now, it ain't nothing. Unless you got hundreds of thousands of dollars sitting there, an extra $15,000-$20,000.
I do have an extra $15,000 or $20,000, Kevin.
The point is, oh, geez.
Okay. Because Kevin, when I speak to you, I want you to speak objectively to me.
This is where the ego in the average black woman comes in. The ego is outrageous. Ma'am, let me give you, for the benefit of the doubt, $40,000. 40, you got 40. How much does it cost to have a baby? How much is the hospital stay? For a 4-day hospital stay to have a baby in your local hospital, how much?
You want me to answer that question seriously?
Yes.
I plan to have a home birth, so it doesn't matter how much it costs.
Oh, Jesus.
I asked you if you wanted me to answer truthfully. You said yes.
I asked you, okay. So is that person going to work for free?
No, but it doesn't cost $40,000. But no, they will not work for free. But
how much would it cost?
For example, if I did go to the hospital, and I don't know the answer because of course I wasn't studying that route, but if I did, you tell me and then we can move on from there. So for example, yes, if I did want to go to
the point is, man, the point is $40,000 will be gone in less than 6 months.
right.
So this thing that when I asked, do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant? The answer was no. But to throw in, but I'm working to make some money matters not in the big scheme of things. But far too often, black women want to throw this up. It's like, well, I'm not just bringing nothing. I got something, and it's nothing. It's tax. It's a tip. Listen.
The assumptions.
Oh shit.
I said I'm working on something, Kevin. I plan to have my business on autopilot before I get pregnant, so there will always be consistent.
Autopilot. What kind of business is this going to be?
It's not gonna be anything. It's a business now.
What business? What business? What industry do you work in that just makes money and no one has to attend to it?
No, I didn't say no one, but when I say on autopilot for me, which means I pay workers to take care of it now. But I'm in the beauty industry. I create hair and skincare, Kevin.
Right. And I hate to break this to you.
Yes.
One of the videos I made, the women in high value men tend to avoid are women in the beauty, hair, skin industry.
You said why?
Because of some of the stuff that's going on right now. The attitude, the personality, the mentality. Same reason they tend to avoid PhDs, doctors, lawyers, psychologists, psychiatrists, actors, actresses, hairstylists. The videos are up. I got 4 videos on this. Because every time I say something at 26 years old, you think you've discovered the wheel. You think what you've just got going on is like, well, yeah, well, I got it. And you don't. Because if you had something that was already that damn good, you'd be balling outrageous right now. Man, you got an average job. You're an average woman with an average income, with above average attitudes. And you're not new to what I've talked about. You're just new to me. I guarantee you, if you follow me for 3 months, you will realize, damn, I was the chick on episode 119, on episode 36, and I was the chick on episode 285. Fuck. He already talked to me. Everything that I was about to say to him, he's already covered with that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. Oh, and then one last night, and then one for tomorrow. Because every time a black woman like yourself comes to me, you think you're bringing something new. As if I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. As if I haven't studied this, if I haven't put time, effort into this. 15,000 people don't show up to me to listen to me talk because I don't know what I'm talking about. You're a 26-year-old woman, fine.
Right.
But you have a business in health and beauty.
Right, but my business wouldn't pertain to my values.
But the point is, after you're married, your desire, if you were married and could have a man, you would like to not have to work to pay significant bills, which means you would have to work, you would have to live upon the primary income of your husband for 1, 2, 3 kids. How much money would a man need to make to provide a middle class, upper middle class life for a family of 5?
A lot.
Give me a number.
Yearly? Maybe close to 75% of $1 million. $750,000. 5 kids, his house.
What state do you live in?
I'm in Georgia now.
$750,000 for a family of 5.
Not close or too much?
That's very high. But,
oh, you think so?
But what percentage of the population makes $750,000 legally?
One.
Why? 1%.
Because it's not. It's tangible, but it's not too tangible for everyone. A lot of people
So,
don't get
so as an intelligent woman, it makes sense to think.
that I can
Listen,
get in the 1 percentile, is what you're about to ask me, right?
yeah.
Um,
And I got to be honest. They're gonna
if
look
they're
at you.
not,
No, the 1%.
it's pretty hard to get up there. So
That's not
not
what I
too
asked.
tangible. It's not too tangible, but I don't want to say no. But no, it's not too
Of course, you don't
tangible.
want to say no, because you don't want to be unrealistic. But when your effect was kind of
Yeah,
like
but I didn't tell you I
LL
was
Cool J
looking
used
for
to
that.
say.
I didn't tell you I was looking for that. You asked me how much it cost for this. I didn't tell you I was looking for that at all.
Okay,
Go
all right,
ahead.
let's play this game then. Let's play this game. You don't want to have to work, and you ain't gonna live in East Point, so you gotta live somewhere. Do you plan on having a car?
Of course, yeah.
What kind of car would you like to drive you and your 3 children in?
To be honest, I like Honda Civics a lot. I mean, I like
Okay,
Honda Accords a lot. I like luxury
Honda
Accords a
Accord.
lot.
So you're gonna have you and 3 children and a husband in a Honda Accord.
No, we would have to have an SUV, but I don't have a husband and 3 children to have
Oh, no,
both
but
of a
that's not what we're
vehicle I would
talking about.
want
I
for
said,
2.
ma'am, that's not what I'm talking about. I said the 3 kids. You got a 1, a 3, and a 5-year-old by this
Mm-hmm.
time. You haven't
So,
worked
but
in
no, a Honda Accord would be too small. Too small.
So what would you want to drive?
I would have to have an SUV of some
What
sort.
kind?
At that stage with 3 kids, maybe an Acura.
What kind? What do you drive now?
I have a Pontiac now.
Pontiac what?
A Pontiac GT. I got a coupe. A
What,
Pontiac GT. I've
what
only
year
had
is
it
it?
for a year. 2012.
8 years old. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to drive a Acura SUV?
My credit score is amazing, Kevin. I can have any car I want to right now. I want to be honest with you. I gotta be honest with you. My credit score is immaculate. I can have any car I want to now. The decision I make right now are for my decisions later. For me, I don't plan if whether I have a high value man now or later or whenever. If I don't get them, I make decisions now so I can be straight if I
It's
have to
irrelevant.
be.
It's irrelevant to what I'm talking
It is.
about.
It is.
It's not. But it's your ego. Your ego is on
You're
display.
right too. You're right.
I know.
It
So
is.
you got your 3 kids and your husband. You want an 8-year-old Acura SUV?
No.
So let's get real. What would you want to be driving your babies around in Georgia?
I would want a of-year car. It would have to be brand new.
Exactly. And how
Yeah, it would
much
have to
would
be
a
brand new.
brand new Acura SUV cost?
A lot.
What
That'd
about
be
what?
maybe 30,000.
30? 30?
A little bit more.
See,
Kevin, I told you.
This is what I mean. And what I'm saying is what it shows is that when I start talking about numbers, you ladies are so innumerate. You don't know what it costs.
You're asking me about a vehicle that I
I'm
want
talking
later.
about life.
Later.
Listen. I asked you how much would a man need to make to support a family of 5, and you said $750,000. That's not a specific vehicle. That's what you pulled out. You ladies are innumerate. What I'm saying is this is what our country and our world has done to you. It has removed you so much from men that you have no idea what a man's supposed to do, what you're supposed to do for a man, what kind of income, job, these kind of things a man needs to kind of work to provide the kind of lifestyle you want. It's all a fucking fantasy, a dream where you just pull out stuff, and then when somebody starts asking you questions, it starts to get messy because you realize I don't have these answers that I should have at this age, talking about what I want. But if we go back to the beginning of this conversation, you said you want a high value man because the way you're going to treat him deserves a man who's going to be able to deliver on that level.
Right.
But that has nothing to do
with finances at all, does it, Kevin? Not at all.
This is why I feel
Especially,
so bad for some of you ladies. Y'all are just you
especially
know what
after,
you want.
listen,
You know what you want,
right.
but you don't know what the kind of men you want from a woman. You don't know what the kind of men you need from a woman. You really don't even know us outside of the bedroom. And your competition, because we live in a connected world, this is why 30% of black men who have college degrees and marry non-black women. This is why
Why
higher
is
earning
what is the this? What is the why? Because they know of
because
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 they were raised from start to finish this way, right?
some of that, but then also it's because they will go. Other groups of women are willing to go learn about black men, try to figure out what men want instead of just trying to say they want this.
Hmm.
They don't think of the things I said as being a pretty slave. But I've never heard a non-black woman call what I just said anywhere close to slavery. But when I said to
You
a
know
black woman,
why though,
all of a
Kevin? I
sudden,
wouldn't use that example. They probably don't in reference the word of slavery because it wasn't ingrained to them to have that word
it
in
wasn't
the
ingrained to you
forefront.
either. You ain't a goddamn slave.
I absolutely was not a slave. I didn't say I was, but it has been ingrained. It was taught to us a lot more than anybody else. So that would probably be the reason of why black women decide to use that word a little more than
No,
other
the reason a
races.
lot of black women decide to use that word is you're fucking lazy, uncompetitive. It's a victim narrative. So nobody ever pushes back on this bullshit that you guys say. You can use the word slave and it makes white people stop. It makes other guys stop. I challenge this bullshit.
Right.
You ain't a slave.
No, I'm not.
You don't know no slaves.
No, I don't.
So what you talking about being a slave, a pretty slave? If you knew what slave really was, young lady, the reason I'm getting upset is because I feel so bad that we have so many women who are just not viable. When I did this poll, this straw poll, do you realize I said, what percentage of modern women are fit for marriage? 90% of men said, of the 15,000 men said 90% of you are not.
Hmm. Of women
That's
in
the
general or black women? Black women?
black women.
Black women?
90%. And they want to ask women the same question. 82% of women said they're not.
Of black women or of black
Yes,
women? 82%
women.
of women said black women are not suitable for marriage? Wow.
If so, if okay, take yourself out of. But if you thought that the majority of sisters were fit for marriage, why can 1 in 4 of you assume to marry anybody? Black women were taught to be independent.
You're probably right because I've been engaged before and I cut off the engagement. I
Why?
guess I cut off the. I was in college when I got engaged. I guess I later decided maybe he's just not for me, so I cut off the engagement. But that could have been me being psychologically whatever at the time and thinking I don't know, I could have did better than him or whatever the case is, but he really wasn't the one
Was
for
he in
me. But
college?
maybe it was something
Were you in?
relative to
Was he in
him.
college?
Yes, he was in college as well. He was in grad school at that time. I was still in undergrad.
What was he doing?
Um, I want to say he's a kinesiotherapist. I think he just became a kinesiotherapist just now, actually.
Well, I'll just say for the rank and file, it is a lot of black men's sentiment is the average black woman thinks she's better than the average black man.
Uh,
So
I
there's a
think I
low
could
grade,
see that being.
there's a low level contempt and lack of respect for the average black man image, which is why you can have women who are 20 some odd years old, like that other person coming here and acting the way she did with a 50-year-old man.
Right, yeah, I don't know what
And the
that is.
problem is, but here's the problem. The overall contempt for men and lack of respect for men while it may be directed at black men, other men also get it too. See, brothers, even though they're at the lowest of the totem pole, above Hispanic men, but lower than everybody else socioeconomically, black men can still date out far easier than black women.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as though what black women are doing is working for you. Nobody's marrying black women in masses. And the problem is what?
You want me
Too
to
big for me to fix, but well, the thing is, at 26 years old, if you've been engaged and all these things, man, time is ticking.
Yes.
And the chances of you finding a high value man, a man that's making the kind of money you're talking about, is negligible. Negligible. I mean, effectively.
Well, Kevin, at your age, you meet high value women, correct? You're single right now, and not, but you meet high value women right now at your age that are single, mm-hmm. right? And they're of your age, I'm assuming. They could be a little bit younger, a little bit older than me.
Sure, I meet high value women of all ages, yeah.
But you know what? You're not marrying them.
But that's not. But you can see the difference is I've been married twice.
You've been in that area already.
And the difference is if I want to be married, I can be married in 6 months. See, you guys, it almost like you guys have this switch in your brain to where you want to. Why'd you make that point? Yeah, she got frozen or something, guys. Unfortunately, I guess that's why this is taken off the way it has, because so many women really truly believe that they deserve a high value man. And I'm like, you don't get it. You have to be what a man wants. And then maybe he decides to pick you.
Hey, Kevin.
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing well.
What you got for me?
Well, I just wanted to be added because in the mix, the Facebook group, I'm not looking for a high value man.
No. Have you already sent an application?
Yes.
Gotta wait. No jump. No.
But I'm not asking for a high value man.
That's okay, but what I'm saying is if there's a line. Everybody's in line. So if you've already put in the application, it has to work its way through.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can't have anybody who's like, hey, by the way, add me in. Well, there's somebody already in front of you. So it has to work its way through. How long ago did you actually put your thing in?
It was a couple of months ago, but like I said, I'm just going there because it was like
a couple of months ago. Well, it should have already gone through. Is your screen name your application?
On Facebook, yeah.
All right. Well, not everybody. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen with so many people in there. But here's the thing: everybody that tries to get in doesn't get in. You have to be selected to join in, and there is a line. So, was that the only thing you called in for?
Yeah, that's the only thing I called in for.
All right, appreciate it. Yeah, guys, as far as the mix and things like that, I'm not gonna even sit up here and lie. Everybody ain't gonna make it, because if everybody got in, it wouldn't be worth anything. Yeah, she left. And I'm sorry, but
Hello.
hello.
Hi.
How old are you?
I am 22.
I'm gonna need you to sit up
Okay.
and yeah. That's what do you need?
Um, I wanted to know.
Okay, young lady.
Yes.
I need you to sit your phone down so it's not going all over the place. I'm trying to conduct a live stream.
Okay.
You need to take this professionally. Thank you. What you got?
Thank you. I wanted to know what needs to be done to, I guess, attract a high value man per se.
Why?
Um, because I feel like that's where I want my life to be in the future, futuristic terms, but I'm willing to do what it takes to get one.
Okay, are you in college?
Um, I went to medical school.
Did you graduate from
So
college?
yeah, I went to NYU. I did a certificate program and I'm a surgical technologist or
Did you get a
whatever.
BA or BS?
No,
So
it's
you
like
okay?
it's
So you
a
all right? So you didn't graduate from college.
no, but I got a certificate in the program that I did.
Okay,
First.
so when you say you're going to medical school,
I'm going back for
all right,
nursing.
all right. So why do you need a high value? Why do you need a high value man?
Um, cause like I feel like I've dated like the average guys, and I feel like they don't treat me the way I need to be treated
What do you mean?
per se. Um, a lot of the guys that I've like dated in the past, they were um I would say like thuggish kind of in a way.
Young lady, a high value man is not a get out of jail free card, and it's not a meal ticket. A high
Hmm.
value man is a job, a hard job. The hardest job you'll ever have in your life is to be the wife of a high value man. It's not a life of luxury. It's not a, ooh, buy me a BMW and I just get up in the morning or you go off to work and I just sit in the house all day and watch TV. That ain't it.
Hmm.
You're up at 5 o'clock in the morning, going to the gym, working out, making sure that by the time you get back home and the kids are up, you got the kids' breakfast ready, kids ready out of the door, your husband's stuff ready to make sure when he goes off, so what he has to do to make sure that when everybody else leaves, that you get the house straight, get the meals prepped, get everything done to make sure when the kids get back home, the homework gets done, to make sure when I come through the door that the meal is ready, the kids are ready to go, and all the money and shit that we're working to earn, you are doing all this other stuff. You get, and by the way, you gotta stay in shape and all this other stuff to make sure that I ain't doing nothing for the kids. You gotta get the kids all ready to go. Parent teacher conferences, homework, everything else. I just look over it from an executive position and say, great. Then you get the kids ready, go on, such and so forth, blah, blah, and then you serve your husband. Wash, rinse, and repeat the rest of your life. It's not a life of luxury.
Do you believe that a independent, like not an independent woman, but a woman that has stuff herself could keep a high value man, a man? Because I feel like
Nope,
sometimes no.
nope.
Oh yeah,
High
because I
value
feel
men
like
don't want
sometimes.
independent women. You young ladies think this is like a fantasy.
Not per se, but I know like like I know I'm still young and stuff, and I have like a lot of stuff ahead of me. But like even dating guys, when I tell them, that I'm a surgical technician for right now, and I still want to like do more stuff and go back to school.
Where's your father?
He's in the medical field. He's a surgical tech too. So I kind
Were
of
you
like
raised
follow.
with your mother and your father?
Yeah, I was raised with both of them.
Is your father helping you vet and sort through men?
Um,
No, no. You don't involve your father in your romantic life.
I try to, but he's so like he's more high demanding than me,
Exactly, because he knows what's out here. You need to listen to him instead of
Ooh,
guys you don't know on Instagram.
ooh,
You don't
okay.
know me.
I don't, but I see you
I don't.
like
You
giving.
have a father. Listen to your father.
Ooh, okay.
Do you not think he loves you?
I mean, we have a complicated
Do you
relationship.
think he loves you? That's not what I asked you. I don't care if you like him. I said, do you think he loves you?
Yeah.
Did he put a roof over your head?
Yes.
Food in your stomach?
Yes.
Make sure you got out of high school, right?
Yup.
You got any babies?
Nope.
Good. He sounds like he did his damn job. Respect him. Stop worried about a high value man and go get a regular guy like your dad. Sounds like that's what you need. Sound like he did his job. Bye bye. This is not a fucking game, people. Y'all think high value men are just like a meal ticket? I go get a high value man and we can just stand around the house and just, I can just have fun. And it'll be a music video. You got it confused. You know, that would be a good idea. What it's like to be the wife of a high value man. And job number one is you must stay hot. And because everybody wants your husband. Everybody wants your husband. Then why'd you try to get up here then? Everybody wants your husband. I will say this though. You young ladies need to get more serious. This is not a game. 22 years old, you're not young. 22 years old, you should be in your prime for marriage. That's really what it is. That's the truth. Becky, Marisol, Marlene, these women, when they're leaving college, they get married between the ages of, they get to 25 and they feel like they're old. So.
Oh my God, Roderick! No! Shut up!
What the hell was that? I don't know what that is. None of that on my stream. No. No kids. Look, don't have I don't want that on my stream. A bunch of kids and stuff in the background. One person, conversation. Please, if you can't do that, that's fine. So yeah, I think that's another thing that a lot of people have this confused, thinking that it's a life of luxury. Hello.
Hello, Kevin.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. What do you got for me?
I wanted to ask, I just started following you a couple of days ago and I love your content. And I just wanted to ask, do you think it has to do a lot with social media in general, that now is just everyone just wants that high value?
Well, I think social media plays a large part. I mean, media has always played. First off, Black people have been studied and studied and studied and studied. And we are very susceptible to media and programming. There's a Time video on YouTube from 1954, How to Sell to the Negro, to where manufacturers and companies and corporations commissioned a study to make a time-lapse video on how to sell to Black people.
Mm-hmm.
We are different. You know, if you went to a non-Black church, they don't do what we do. We're more emotional people. So we are susceptible to more media programming. Black women consume the most media before the internet. So the keeping up with the Joneses thing has been around for eons. So social media is just another way to do more of the same. But what's happened more than social media is there are no men in the household to be checks on these runaway fantasies. So you get a lot of young ladies who just think, well, because I can see it, I can get it. And two things also happen. A guy could hook up with a runway a supermodel and realize that she just may have been having a bad night. He wouldn't automatically start just going for supermodels. Women have the strange ability to, once they do something once, they think it's their level. So if they hook up with a guy who's outside their level to deal with the guy, all of a sudden they start only wanting guys like that.
Okay.
And then you get that reinforced with everybody's flossing and Birkin bags and this and that, to where you get regular average. 2020, I saw some regular finger wave having, fried chicken selling looking women talking about they don't want no 9-to-5 guy. They need a man who's can put his hands on 50 stacks. If he works at the bank as a VP, I don't want no slow 9-to-5 money. And I'm like,
I'm okay with 9-to-5 money.
but the point is, this woman looked like a high school dropout and talked like a high school dropout. But she was talking shit about a man who would probably have a bachelor's and an MBA because he didn't have D-boy swag and money.
Mm-hmm.
This can only work when men are not around. I wish you would. I mean, do you have any children?
I do.
A daughter?
I'm sorry?
If I wish a father would have his daughter walking around in his presence talking and acting like this. It wouldn't happen. He'd knock the phone out of her hand.
Right.
So women want what they want. I get that. But and last point, and I gotta let you ask another question. When you already feel like you can't have something anyway, when you see 80% of the children in the neighborhood don't have daddies, and that means 80% of the homes don't have daddies, what are the chances of really getting married anyway? So if you're never really gonna get married, why not dream for the baller and the high value man? I mean, who wants to dream for the post office? Right. If it ain't gonna happen anyway. And then they overlook all the guys right there in the middle.
I feel like I've overlooked a couple.
I made a video about that. You probably already met Mr. Right and you blew it.
I might have.
Go back.
But, you live and you learn.
Yeah. That's what Star 69 is for. We got to make a return phone call. All right.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Hey, I had a lady. What's Kevin talking about? Let me go ahead and do. What the hell? Man, if you're a guy with no shirt on in your picture, man, you need to get up out my stream. Hell no. Dude got no shirt on, talking about him. Better get out of here, man. So, yeah, a lot of it has to do with social media, but we're also grown-ups, right? We got to, like I said last night, ladies, it's crunch time. It's blood sport. You don't have time to be nice anymore. You better start playing like your life is dependent on it, because the men are getting snapped up left and right. Okay, the men are getting snapped up. And just like the 8s, 9s, and 10s to women, they get snapped up quick. The high value man misjudging me by my picture. No, dude, I'm judging you by your picture. You have no shirt on. Misjudging you. Oh, let me help you out, dude. Let me help you out. Let me help you out to where you don't get misjudged. Let me help you out so you don't get misjudged, so you don't feel bad. Let me help you out. You won't have to worry about being misjudged. There you go. Now you won't be seen. Anything else? I'm an image consultant. Let me make it very clear. It is stupid for men to sit around with shirtless pictures on social media wanting to be taken seriously. Even if you're in fitness, put on a damn tank top, a t-shirt. Because like it or not, misjudge, the public gets to judge. And I judge you as somebody I don't want to talk to. How about that? At the end, that's how it works. I think I was going to add it. No, sir. The thing is, ladies, you can decide to change your outcomes. Can you imagine what would happen if ladies actually really started to act with humility? And humility means this: an accurate estimation of what is. If you could say, you know what? Accurate estimation. Now that's a bad example. Accurate estimation. You want $100 for this. But if you really could say, this is worth $9.99. How many of these could you sell at $9.99? If you just had an accurate estimation? And as a business, would it be better to sell 2 of these at $100 or 1,000 of these at $9.99? Can you imagine what would happen if women actually woke up tomorrow and really just got an accurate estimation of themselves and adjusted their expectations and outcomes to happily, joyfully, gleefully, and gladly accept what's in their lane? Not settle, but they were like, oh my God, you're a plumber? You're an electrician? You're a roofer? Oh my God. I love my plumber. Instead of, well, he work at the post. Nikki, please, you work for UPS. Can you imagine how different that would be? Life would be completely different. Somebody in Houston. Oh my God. No offense. Is that RuPaul? I'm not down. No offense, but Ru, I'm not really trying to hear all that.
Hi, oh my God.
Uh-oh. What you got? You decided to get your ass up on here with that thing on your head. What's going on?
Don't get me roasted, but I just had a question.
Okay.
I'm
At least you got some pretty skin.
Thank you. I'm so orange on the phone. Okay, but I'm 20 or I'm 19 going on 20, and I feel like I'm at that age where it's like I know you're telling a lot of women that the high value men are kind of gone or getting picked up, but I feel like I'm at that age where people aren't really married yet. So I'm kind of wondering, you're saying around 24, 25, you want to be a woman that's like ready to be married. Right now, when I deal with guys, I feel like I get a lot of guys that cheat and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I'm wondering if that could be anything that I'm doing personally, you know what I'm saying?
Well, let's first of all, are you in college?
Yeah, I'm in college. I'm in my 2nd year.
Were you raised with mom and dad in the household?
Both my parents are in my life, but they're separate. Like they're
all right. So, and are you dating guys that are on college campus around your age?
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the problem. Now, at 19 years old, what do you want to be married?
Yeah, I do want to be married. I don't necessarily feel like I need a high value. Well, I do want a man of high value, but not in that way that like I'm,
Right, so the thing is, it will be better if you stop dating just to date and date with a purpose. See, if you're dating just to be dating, and are you in Houston?
Yeah.
All right. Houston's finesse capital of the country. I lived in Houston.
Yeah.
Woo! And I was in Houston running through some shit. But a man who's dating is moving different than a man who's looking for a wife. Like, I don't care if you're Christian or not, but men who are trying to find wives tend to go to church. You better go to Joel Osteen's church, Saddleback or whatever that is. Carry your ass on over there and Jubilee, 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 Jubilee. You need to run on over to Jubilee. Whatever side of town you live on, you need to find a local Papado and camp out at the bar on Tuesdays and Thursdays, eating a shrimp cocktail in a little black dress with some pumps on. With your phone, and when the guy comes by, you sit that phone down, you look him in the eye, you smile and cock your head, and you smelling like something good, and start making conversation. Get known by the bartender, the hostess, the manager. Become a regular at certain places. Put yourself on the market. Find a local American Heart Association or something like that. Houston's warm, so do the Walk for Life, Habitat for Humanity. Get out and do some charity with your hands and the nails, because the kind of men you want tend to do charity work. Put yourself in country clubs and shit like that, and get away from the copper parties, because all you're gonna get around there is some cane.
Yeah. Because, like, even with my last situationship, and I'm gonna call it a situationship because we were never actually dating, and I run into that a lot too. He's like, I want to focus on myself, or I want to, and I feel like,
of course, he's too young. I mean,
know?
the thing is, you can't make them. Okay, the men that you're looking for guys that are 26 and above. Okay, you can't make a young man be anything other than what he is. I'm trying to give you advice to put you in the proximity of the kind of men you want, because all people need to not have so much damage. Relationships provide experience, but they also provide damage.
Yeah.
And then I gotta be honest, sex, you need to keep your body count low. The more sex you have, the harder it's going to be to pair bond with your husband. So you mess around and run into the man who's the kind of caliber of man you want, and you just can't quite fall in love with him because something was not quite there, because you had too many parties. So
yeah.
carry your ass on down to Joel Osteen, Papado, little black dress, find a nice fragrance, charity work, country clubs. I'm serious. What is it? The Galleria. Hang out in the ritzy parts of town. You know, trust me. Do that for a year, and at least you'll start dating a higher caliber man. And when you decide to date, the guy steps to you and says, "Hi, what's your name?" "Sabrina." "Hi, I'm Kevin. How are you?" Before you decide to go out on a date, you need to ask some questions. "Hi, what are you looking for?" "I'm looking to get married." "What about you, too?" You need to ask, "Well, you want to get married?" "Great. In what time frame? How long would it take you if you find the one you're looking for?" You need to find out. Don't just be, "Well, I'm just going to see what happens. You know, I'm open to it."
Yeah.
That's just another way to try to get in and draw sideways. Nope. Only date men who want to be married. All right? That's as nice as I can put it at 19, because you don't need to be running up your mileage.
Yeah.
Jubilee, Jubilee.
Thank you so much.
Jubilee, 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 Jubilee. 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 Man, if you've never been to a white church, god damn, I'm like, ooh, that music is rough. I'm like, are we in hell? Jubilee, 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 Jubilee. Okay, I think this is a. Going to do three more. Three more. I lost my mind, right? They're like, he lost his mind. Jubilee, though. I know, right? Jubilee. Oh, damn. She out here. How are you?
Hi.
How are you? Somebody out here taking their full advantage of their 15 minutes. What's up?
What's up?
What do you got for me?
I don't
Come
know.
on.
I don't really have nothing for you. I was just on here.
You just want to get on camera.
No, I was just saying hey or whatever, but I was just
All right.
wondering, like, okay, never mind.
Somebody said that's a dude. I don't know. Where's Jap at? Transformers. Robots in disguise. Transformers. What? Look, let me make some announcements, okay? Not that there's anything wrong with that. However, heterosexual only, natural born women only. Free to watch, free to enjoy, do you. But I don't really have anything to offer in lifestyles and things like that in which I don't participate. So, thank you. Jubilee, 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 Jubilee. Oh, wow. Okay. Hey, man, I don't even know all these terms. Hi,
Hey,
how are you?
I'm
That's
good.
a
How are you?
girl.
How are
What you got
you?
for me? I am well. What you got for me?
I'm 38.
Mm-hmm.
I
So what do
am.
you have for me?
I wanted you to assess what you thought my value was because I do date. I just got back on the market, and I prefer high value men.
Well, I'm not
Older
really doing
men at
ratings, but
that.
I can give you an idea. I can give
Say
you an
that
idea,
again?
but I'm saying I'm really not doing ratings, but I can give you a general idea.
Okay, let's go.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'7",
Dress size.
4,
How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
130. It was like 136.
Okay. Any children?
Yes,
How many?
1.
Age and gender.
9, female. I got a girl.
Okay.
Baby girl.
Okay. And you were married to their father? Her father?
I wasn't.
Okay. Hard truth. I even said it earlier on Instagram, so if you go back, you'll see it. A kid knocks 2 points off of every woman.
Okay.
2. So
Okay.
let's say if you're a 10 and you have a kid, you drop to an 8. If you're a 9, you drop to a 7.
Okay.
Because it's that big of a deal. Are you looking to get married?
I am.
Okay. Are
Mhm.
you 38?
Yeah.
Are you
I turned
looking to have
39
any
in
more children?
February.
Okay, you're looking to have any more children?
It depends. It depends on my mate.
Mm-hmm.
I do date older men, so if he ends up being a certain age, then I'm gonna opt out of that. But
Okay.
I would like to have another child. I would like for my child to have siblings.
Okay.
Just maybe one.
Okay. So, and the thing is, when you put this high, and your screen name is Tiff Tax something or other.
Tiff the tax lady. Yes.
So, are you like a CPA or something?
No, I work for a public accounting firm. I'm in advisory. I've been in corporate finance for 16 years.
Okay. So automatically, what starts to complicate things is when women start talking about high value men tend to you don't tend to become high value until you're 35 or 40 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Then they want babies.
Right.
And you already got your baby.
But I got one.
Again, you got one, but logistically, take you out of it.
Yes.
You know that if a man is has had to wait and delay gratification, he's going to want to have more than one kid. He's going to want to have 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an only child. I tell men don't do one. Two is so. Three is
Okay.
not in the repertoire. So
It's
you're
not.
looking for an extremely specialized, high value guy. You're looking for a guy who wants one kid. And it's all right with being a stepfather.
Mm-hmm.
What
Yes.
state are you in?
I'm in Houston, Texas.
Oh, geez. Yeah. And Houston is loaded with finesse niggas. Woo!
I know, man.
Uh, I gotta ask, why high value? Why does he need to make that
Well,
much
well,
money?
well, it's not even about it's about a well-rounded man that's been groomed properly. First of all, I've been in corporate finance for a long time. Then
Tiff,
where I'm
Tiff,
going,
you got to tell me that it comes down to this. If you got married, it's
he has
coming
to be
down to
able to
money.
match my fly at least.
And then what's that?
Mentally.
But what's the income now?
Where's my income?
Give me a range. Don't give me specifics.
We in the six figures. We doing well. We doing well, and I was doing well as an entrepreneur.
And do you care if he's black or not?
I don't care if he's black or not. I prefer
But
me a
still, it's
good black
10%.
man, but
Is
I
your
don't.
child? Is
I
your
don't.
father?
I don't.
Is your child's father black?
Yes, he is.
All right. So it will matter because
Yeah.
tend to be so 8% of black men earn more than six figures. And you want him to match your fly. And because here's what it comes down to. If I
Yeah.
gave you, call him James. Actually, call him Kenneth. Kenneth. And you and
No,
Kenneth.
my daddy named Kenneth. Please
All right.
don't
Well,
do
call him Thomas. I don't know.
it.
You and
Okay, shit.
Thomas.
All right.
You and Thomas is doing fine. And Thomas is making 60. He's a master plumber, and he gets $60 an hour. But he's really making $65,000, $70,000 a year. He's in the top 15% of black men. But you and Thomas decide to get serious, and you want to get a home. And you're going to get a home based upon his income? No, you're going to want a home based upon your income and your lifestyle and his income. But then it comes down to this. Let's just say the mortgage is $2,500.
Okay.
You will be paying $1,700 of that, and he'd be paying $800. Every bill that came down, you'd be paying 2/3 of it, and he's paying 1/3 of it. Everything, every gallon of gas you bought, you paying 2/3, and he's paying 1/3. Every gallon of gas in his car, you paying 2/3, he's paying 1/3. And this is where the shit you see her take the drink has got tight. She's like, oh shit.
Look, this ain't nothing but some tea. I ain't playing with you. I'm listening.
But the thing is, it gets real there because it is hard for women to really think about splitting their money like that with a man.
It's not so much difficult for me to think about it exactly because I think about the opportunity for us to become accredited investors now. That's why I think about the threshold. Okay. So there are several things I'm thinking about. And then I know strategy. So I could take a plumber and have him have an entire business because that's the way that my mind works. And so I would make that work for us.
Put your penis up.
Somebody laughing.
You see what you just did? You see what you just did?
See how
I gave you a man who's out doing just fine on his own, and you got to go make him earn one and be like you. That ain't gonna work, boo.
It's not. So
because you're gonna emasculate the hell out of him. Because it's like, well, now I've been, Thomas, you've been a plumber for 20 years and you just happy, yeah. But now she got me trying to have a truck and this and that going over here and that. Well, why? Well, because she's used to Birkin bags. And, she thinks we can become accredited investors. And what's that going to be like sitting up in the bed on Sunday when Thomas wants to sleep in? Hey, you should get up and start their website. We can do this. We can do that.
Now you see why I say somebody got to be on the same frequency as me, somebody that enjoys preparing and creating.
But you're on a masculine frequency.
Oh, okay.
You're not on the right. You're on a masculine frequency.
Okay.
So if you want somebody on that, okay, are you all right being one of 5?
Oh, I already had that scenario, and I didn't like that.
Well, then are you all right with letting Thomas just be? You're not going to accept Thomas.
Why does Thomas have to be my scenario though? When I'm surrounded by men that are like engineers and
Because they
you
don't
know
want baby
how
mamas.
I
They're
can
40
be.
years old.
Mm-hmm.
Because they want somebody to give them, because an engineer like myself who had to work to make up, I want 3 of my own kids and I don't be paying for yours.
But
Because every
I've been
dollar I
paying
put
for
in,
mine.
yeah, every dollar I put in your kid's mouth is a dollar I'm not putting in my kid's mouth.
But is there an
Listen,
opportunity?
listen. Let's take it away from you because it gets too personal.
Okay.
How was your child? How was this? How was a single mother's child an asset to another man? Come on, accountant.
Only in the legacy that she lives and leaves.
But she's not an asset to me because there's no DNA tied to me. She's 9 years old.
Absolutely.
That man would be putting into your baby daddy's legacy. I would just be
Understood.
paying it. That's a bad
Understood.
investment.
Ooh.
It's your investment, but I've been a stepfather. I can't go get the money back that I put into my stepson.
But
That's gone. And all the
well,
dollars I put into that, even
ooh,
though it was there, I have to accept the fact that it didn't go into my daughter's mouth.
right.
Because as stepfathers, you have no legal claim. And how many stepchildren, how many times do you see somebody stepping up to get the ticket an award and they want to say, I thank my stepdaddy. They always thank their stepmama or their mother. And man, you know how this goes. So your ambition, you make too much, and you waited too long to have a lot of opportunities in this area.
That's true. I agree with you on that.
So why did you wait this long?
I was really focused on entrepreneurship, like during my 20s. I really enjoyed my career, and I honestly did not take dating seriously. I was really dating for fun because I was really more so focused on my career.
So you were
And the
married.
only time I took it seriously was after I was forced to settle down, which by having my daughter at 30. And then it was like, okay, well, now I understand the value of
Right.
partnership.
And so, and when I do this broadcast next week, and I explain to Black women how they bought into this dream more than anybody else.
I agree with you on that.
And unfortunately, I can't undo that because you can't get those years back.
Right.
You will focus on your career. Okay.
But that's how our parents advised us, honestly.
That's what they
Even
were
my
sold.
daddy advised me like that.
Well, but the thing is, I'm not gonna look.
But I feel
Like
what
I
you're
said,
saying.
the problem is that non-Black women in your position don't look at their men with contempt.
I agree.
I have had clients who make far more money than their male counterparts, their husbands, and they are submissive. And they're not trying to get their husbands to become copies of them.
Maybe it's because I associate blue collar work with, and this is my own fallacy, and I apologize to anybody that may feel slighted by this statement, but I'm just being transparent. Like maybe I associate blue collar work with not being well traveled, intellectual,
Where have you
not
traveled
being
to?
I'm sorry.
Where have you traveled to?
I've been to the Philippines, Japan. There's several places I haven't been, but I've been a few places overseas. I've been, of course, a lot of places domestically. I have a bucket list though. I know of places I would like to go. There are places I plan on going in 2021 also with my daughter, to start helping her
So who's her
understand the
father?
world.
Is her father a high value man?
He does well for himself. He is an entrepreneur.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't want to go into too much detail,
Well,
but
here's the
he's
thing.
not living a
Okay.
lifestyle
So
that's in
here's
alignment with mine.
all right. So you put yourself in a position because,
I know.
like I said last night, your income and your education do not matter.
Right.
To the kind of men, they don't matter. And that's what you're judging men on, and and the guys who are actually effectively around what could work for you, you think they're beneath you.
I don't think they beneath me. I just
Don't think
try
they're
to.
beneath you. Your money or your education doesn't make you high value.
Right.
They're just not. What you didn't say is if you met a guy who was in the top 15% of earners of black men, you didn't say, "Oh, I would be happy and be thankful I got someone who'd be willing to step in and be a stepfather to my daughter and would be willing to take on the liability of another man's responsibility." And
We didn't get to that part yet.
But no, but because we didn't get to that because you automatically said that you would try to get him to make more money and do other things other than realizing.
I see what you're saying.
Other than realizing he is giving you one of the biggest gifts of all. He is accepting your lack of giving him children and taking on somebody else. You should be washing his feet with your hair.
Okay, so out of the eligible men that are available to me right now and dating me right now, you saying that I should just be thrilled that these men are into me the way that they are?
I'm not saying I don't know the eligible men that you're dating. I'm saying that if a man who's talking about, like Thomas, a man who's in the top 15% of earners of black men,
okay,
and is willing to step in and marry you, that puts you in the 1 out of 4 black women that will ever marry in their lifetime. You should treat him like a king for the fact that he's willing to do that, in addition to the fact that you have a child by another man that he has to pay for.
I agree with you.
And ask him, how many children would you like to have with your wife? Probably going to be more than 1, but he's going to accept 1 from you. And he has to raise 1 that you already have. He's the one that will be sacrificing a lot. So instead of trying to get him to do anything else, you should be, honestly, it's like, oh, thank you. Because see, what used to happen when women used to have children out of wedlock?
Yeah.
You were a pariah. No one wanted you. In China, and you've been overseas, try this shit in Japan. Try it in Korea. You know what they call you over there? Women who are unmarried over age 27 are called leftover women. Leftovers. But women who have children out of wedlock are pariahs. And we used to do that in this country, but we've made it okay to where you can even go sit up in a church with a child. To where you just think a man should accept it and be like, it's no big deal because I can take care of my daughter. But understand, you had a daughter, right?
I did.
All right,
I do have a daughter.
So let's just say change his name to whatever. Let's change his name to something sexy like Boaz. You marry Boaz, and Boaz is matching your flow. Boaz is a $110,000 insurance salesperson.
Okay.
All right, he's doing his thing. Woo! You and Boaz got Boaz Jr. And then your daughter turns 14, 15 years old. You and Boaz were married 5 years. And then one day you come home and your daughter's in tears and say, "What's wrong, baby?" "Boaz touched me." Boaz is dead. Everything that Boaz, first thing you're gonna do is fuck Boaz, fuck my kid, fuck everything else. What you do to my daughter, he got to deal with your ex-husband or your baby daddy, because she gonna tell his daddy. Boaz being a stepfather to a daughter in the Me Too generation is asking for a lot of problems.
Trust me, which is why when she was born, I literally said, I ain't dating. I said, fuck it. I said, I'm going to wait till she 18. But now I've
would like a companion. So
I know what you would like now, but the thing is, you have to ask yourself, what am I asking a man to do for me?
okay.
See, you ladies are good at saying what you want. And what I'm good at doing is asking you what the kind of men you want. But then when you have a child, much less a daughter, you asking a man, I mean, you know how this happens. I mean, if she says something, it's guilty until proven innocent.
Trust
Now,
me.
remember what I said, you and Boaz had a child, Boaz Jr. Wouldn't matter. Boaz Jr. is there. Now, Boaz Jr. got to see how his mama's turned on his mom for his stepsister. Think that he going to like his stepsister? And God forbid she was just doing it just to be malicious. Because, you know, how many times kids, you know, will call CPS, children use stuff. Man, all these things are in a man's mind. This is why
I understand.
We have gotten to the point to where you should not marry before you have children. And if you have a child, you should marry the child's father because you guys have the investment. This is why I say it's all liability for a man. All liability.
Understood.
So I get what you want. I do. But you know, like I know, you want a man on a certain kind of income level, and I don't know if you got enough there to make somebody who has those kind of options pick. He only gets one kid.
They've been choosing me though.
Choosing you for what?
Well, for one, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Can I be for real?
Yeah.
When I talk to other men about the option of women, I can be honest with you. A lot of women can be beautiful, but they lack substance.
All right.
That's one of my pluses.
Choosing you for what though? Choosing you for what?
Right now, since I've been on the dating scene, they choosing me to date with a purpose. We date with a purpose.
No. Tell me, choosing. See, this is what I talk about. Women will take the mistake that a man will choose you or deal with you as if that means he was going to marry you. No. I'm talking about a man chooses you when he's willing to drop to one knee and present a ring of significant heritage in public.
Agree. That's why I'm single till I'm married.
So men will choose you because you're an attractive single mother who has sexual desires. They're like, well, shit, let's go. Let's get it in. Let's do what we do. Let's talk. Let's talk this shit. Let's talk all this. Let's talk that.
We ain't just fucking now. Come on.
I didn't say you
ain't got to be.
Hold on.
Intimate
I did
with
not
everybody.
say that. I did not say that.
It's a lot of comments down there.
I'm not worried about the comments. I'm talking to you.
Okay, come on, Kevin.
You looking at comments. I'm talking to you.
All right, I was multitasking.
I'm saying that you're a healthy woman. Yes, you can have a great time with the man, but it is going to be difficult to find a high-value man because that's what you want, a man who's making a certain kind. It would be your daughter's 9. She wouldn't be out of the house until 18. It's 9 years. You'd be 47. Only 8% of black men made that kind of money. I'm sorry. And y'all aren't happy with regular guys. I don't understand.
No, I'm not saying that I'm not. I'm just saying that.
We know, I know, but it's not your first choice. And if you did get them, you feel like you were settling. And when you're not on YouTube and people on Instagram, people are watching, you and I know the truth. We know the truth. That it's not something you'd be proud of. It ain't like you be running out to people tell, oh, I'm so proud of my guy who's a plumber. Oh, I just love his plumbing ass to death. Come on, that's not.
I would. Listen, if I choose him, trust and believe.
Okay.
It will be for a reason.
Of course, but
many reasons.
And this is some of the problems of dating with children, and because
I agree.
because you have the child, you have grown accustomed to how you have to move. But every movement, every sacrifice you make, you have a child that is yours for the rest of your life. So It's all investment. You get a return. Somebody who's outside of you has no return. It's all it's all expense. Investment, men have an expense. And as a smart financial person, what are one of the things you want to do?
Lower your
Minimize
risk.
what?
Minimize your risk.
Minimize your risk, minimize your expenses. So
I
there we
agree
go.
with you.
I'm
So
sorry, but that's what it goes down to. So I don't know what's wrong with you and your ex, but that'd be your best bet.
that's not my best bet, but I will, however, reevaluate my options and consider guys. Like, it's not about the salary thing, but I just need to consider guys that maybe there are cultured men that don't make six figures.
I mean, cultured. What do you mean cultured?
Like, I like
Where
a
are you
man that
from?
is well read.
Where are you from?
I'm from Houston, Texas. Most city where the girls are pretty.
I lived in Houston for 6 years. What do you mean by cultured? Why is that so important to me?
It is important to me because, for one, I like to be able to enjoy different things with a person. Art, music. I like to be able to go to different museums. I'm the type of person I could.
Did you do that with your ex? Did you do it with your child's father?
Yeah, some of those things. Yeah.
But that's not some, but that wasn't the nature of your relationship.
No, it wasn't. And the nature of our relationship was a friendship.
So a man that you reproduce with did not have to romance you and do all this other kind of stuff. But then a man who only is going to be a stepfather has to deliver more.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm hearing.
In my history of dating, men have romanced me. I've enjoyed that.
I mean, I'm not saying romance. I'm talking about the culture and this and that. He didn't have to do all that.
He did a few of those things, yeah.
A few.
We connected on a level that I would appreciate. Actually, was consistent in other men. It wasn't consistent with him.
But
he was.
He
was at a place in his life where he wasn't
but the thing
mature.
The thing is, you said you want somebody who's cultured, and your BD wasn't cultured.
No, he was. He was
not
he was educated.
Okay. Was he cultured to the level that you're talking about?
I would say for the most part, there wasn't anything that we couldn't talk about. So I would have to say, yeah, he was real educated, intellectual. I mean, he was a guy that I liked and I enjoyed being around. So I would say yes. And I actually date those kind of guys now. You can't set your standard higher than your BD. Well, I would say this. When you find any woman can. Well, Kevin, at some point you have to, right? So as you date, as you evolve, the level of or your standards change over time. Okay. No. See, this is where you ladies get confused. Why? Because listen. Okay. Here's a business problem for you. Name me a product that increases as it ages and gets used. Appreciating assets. It's lots of products that appreciate. Name me a product. Give me an example of a product. Okay, let's name what people relate to. In the retail, Rolex. It appreciates in value. No, it doesn't. It does not appreciate in value with use. Okay, not with use. Okay, that's what I said. I hear what you're saying with use. There's not. Exactly. Not in the terms you talk about. So what you ladies try to do is try to come and say, well, as I've gotten older and more experience, I should be more valuable because I got more experience. Yeah, but the job you were on or the things you're doing got the benefit of your experience. I'm just getting you at the top of your experience. That means you want me to pay prime experience and I didn't get the value of you getting there. You're asking too much. Listen. I'm sorry to be interject so quickly, my bad. Older use. Just because, see, the thing is, you value yourself higher because you're matured and learned more and got all these other experiences. But the thing is, that doesn't matter to us. Well, we look at, listen how men think about it. Hold on, it's going to get tight. That's just additional miles. We're looking at the fact that the gravity has been on you more, and your kid is sitting over there. You cannot, y'all are all out of whack with how men think. And this is why you can't get what you want from us, because you're valuing something up here that is a used vehicle with a lot of miles.
Okay.
Just because you hand washed it.
Okay.
I said this last night on my show.
Do you believe that, because here's this is where I'm at. At 20, the way that I dated men is now different than the way that I date men at 38.
Okay.
And the expectation that I have, like while I'm interacting with them, even on like the surface level, when you do the first lunch meeting and all of that, my expectation level is different now from that experience. Not that I expect him to pull out all the nuts and bolts and whistles, but my expectation level of transparency.
That's the problem, and that's the problem.
I said I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting a different level of transparency because of the way that I enter into the scenario.
All right, but the thing is, at 20, you were 20-year-old hot. You had 20-year-old womb. You had 20-year-old body count. You had 20-year-old trauma. You had 20-year-old experience. That's what we value. That's all it comes down to for us.
But don't you feel like with those experiences, a person can add value to your lifetime?
Look.
If we plan on being life partners.
Okay, you want me to answer?
Yes.
Men value your youth, your fertility, your purity, your femininity, submission, ability to cooperate, and fitness. And all of that is at your highest in your youth. The older you get, the older you get.
Right.
But nothing, no product gets more expensive with time and use. You just sit back and say, well, I'm more valuable now because I'm not the same 20-year-old. I am this, I am that. Fine. But have you ever been to the pawn shop?
Yes.
All right. You ever take something you really value to the pawn shop?
I have.
And did they hurt your feelings when they told you how much it was worth?
Yes. I was like, what? Yes.
That's you. We the pawn shop. That's what I'm, baby girl, I've been there. And you take something you really value to the pawn shop. This is a watch that tells time in France, Moscow, and Stars. In Fifth Ward, it's worth $50. And here's the thing. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Did you take the money the pawn shop offered, or did you leave with your product?
I left with my jewelry.
Well, guess what? Buy a dog, die alone. There's a funeral plot out there waiting for you.
I don't think I'm gonna die alone.
But you get the ultimate point.
But
your standards are up here, and you're like most women. Go to my show last night, and there were 20 calls, and then the show before that with the single mothers, another 15 calls.
Yeah,
35 women, all arguing with reality. And like
but
six of y'all.
I feel like I'm in touch with my reality. I just feel like
hold on. You're in touch with your reality. You are in touch with your reality. Unfortunately, that's you. That's why I say, guys, women honestly believe this stuff. I get it. You're in touch with your reality, but it's your reality. Our reality is, I'm a high value man. I can pick you, her. I'm going to pick the best deal on the market.
I know, and that's what I've been experiencing. But mainly what I have understood is that if I bring peace to the scenario, that's also wonderful. Like, I have things to bring.
No doubt. But here's the thing. All the things you have to bring: peace, And I was thinking, what about when you bring it and another woman brings it and she's 26 years old and wants to have 3 of my children and no kids?
Okay, well, let me ask you this one more thing.
Listen. But see, the thing is, you guys never think that someone's bringing to the table what you have and more. You always assume you're the most valuable.
No, I do, because it's Houston, Texas. It's a lot of, I know what's out here, okay? But I'm saying to you this, if I consider, which I have, considered that I like dating seasoned men, okay? And I understand in that scenario,
seasoned men meaning what?
because I'm not having that. I'm not
seasoned men meaning what?
Conversation.
Seasoned men meaning what?
50 plus.
And what does that mean? I'm 52, and I'll tell you right now, I don't date women your age.
Oh, baby, but they liking it though. And I'm just saying it's cool though.
Listen what I'm about to say. Okay. I don't date women your age, not because I can't. It's just I don't want to have. I don't need to do all. Women your age tend to. This is a fun back and forth for content, but I'm not gonna do this in my personal life. I'm dealing with women who are younger, who are happy to be there. They're cooperative and all sorts of things, and then they listen to women your age, and they're like, they know who my competition is, and they're like, oh, I can beat her because all I have to do is not try to be as demanding. And the thing is, I mean, no offense, man, it's not like I've never met a black woman who didn't think her JJ was the bomb. Y'all all think y'all are the ish. And I'm gonna tell you, no. And trust me, I've had plenty.
I believe you. You said you was a.
And the thing is, so it's like if a woman I'm dealing with is, you know, a bona fide LA9, and she's on my program, and she's like, I can beat her because, and I'm not as demanding in the asking. I take her to Ruth Chris. Yeah. She appreciates it. I take her to Aruba. She appreciates it. You just expect it. You're like, oh yeah. Listen, not you. Okay. Let's go to Bahamas. Oh yeah, I love the Bahamas. We should go. There's a store. Wait a minute. Everything I've done with you, already been. Oh, let's have a baby. Oh, I've been there too. Ain't nothing new with you. Ain't nothing new with you. Buy a car. Already did that. You own your own home?
I have. I'm about to own another one though.
Home purchase, nothing new. Have a baby, ain't nothing new. What can a man really do with you that's new that somebody else ain't already done?
We can get married. We can become accredited investors. We can travel to other parts of the world that I haven't traveled. We can create new memories just within H-Town, domestically. What else?
So listen what you just said. After I marry you, then we can go places that you have not already went, but you've been to these places. So what if the places that you've already been, I want to go?
Oh, no problem. Because
listen. See, to be a high value man, I had to work 60, 80 hours, so I couldn't get out there and travel. So now it's ready to go, and it's like, all right, we married. Let's go over here. And I'm gonna know you already went there. We can try to make it new, man, but you know what it is. Once you've already been someplace, there's nothing new. There's no new magic with older women. And you keep talking about this accredited investor and this and that. We don't care about your money.
No, it's not about my money. It's about our.
Listen. You may do well, but guys on my level, baby girl, that's what, a month income? I mean, really? It's not that big to us. And guys like that. It's like, no cap, but it's like,
no, I
can become accredited investors, and it's like, this bag costs more than this. I bought this girl a bag that would cost more than your car. The point is, you don't understand that men want to feel like a king. And it's hard to make a man feel like a king when you've had so much experience with other men in life. You got a full 9-year-old. We're gonna go out of okay, okay, you know what? You dating me. All right, you know what? I want to go work because my wife will never have to work. Never have to work. You know what? I want to make content from Spain. All I need is an internet connection. I'll ship my system. Okay, we're going to go to Spain, Barcelona, and we're going to actually live in Barcelona for 3 months. Oh, we can't do that because your daughter has to be in school.
Not true. Virtual learning, and we can bring the nanny with us. And the private tutor is virtual as well.
And I got to pay for a nanny. And and here's the thing. I don't have my wife in Barcelona having butt naked freaky circus sex, doing all the things I want to do as a young married, as a married couple. We're already a ready-made family doing that kind of stuff.
That's why you have a nanny. Yes.
No, a nanny is
all of that.
Oh Jesus, she's not listening. See, this is why I say you ladies don't get it. Look, ma'am, I've been on both sides. I've been on both sides, and I will tell you right now. That's why I said women who are pet owners and being you are a parent, and dating a parent is just there's no the spontaneity. You can't just be spontaneous.
That's
like
true.
You can't be with.
That's true. I have to schedule all my.
And the thing is, the kind of men you want, they value those kind of things.
True.
I mean, you think I'll be like, okay, we're gonna go to Barcelona, and I gotta hire a nanny, something so, but all that is more expensive.
It is.
And then also I got to we got to talk to your ex, your baby daddy. We need to get him to sign off on that because you can't take the child out of the contiguous 5. We got to do all that because you just can't take these kids.
Mm-hmm.
And if he say no, then we got to do what?
That is if that person has that type of barrier. I understand that would be an issue.
Right. And what if the kids say, I don't want to go?
Oh, baby gonna roll with mama.
Right. So baby gonna roll with mama. So I don't want to be gone. So if the BD said I don't want to go, he has legal rights. He has legal rights. And if you guys have any kind of custody agreement, you can't take the child out of the contiguous counties without giving a notice.
I would never violate anything like that.
So if he says no, you can't take the child. You just simply cannot do what you want to.
Absolutely.
So, and even if he says okay, and if she says she don't want to go, okay, well, she gonna roll with mama. So that means the entire time in Barcelona, I got a wife and I got a 9-year-old with an attitude.
I want you to create a different scenario.
All right. Well, all right. Here's the problem. This is a situation.
But I hear you though.
This is the situation you ladies with children put yourselves in, and the higher up you go on the food chain, the more you want for a man. You never seem to understand that the men you want things. They want a lifestyle. They want to move a certain way. It's always the man that you want, always lists, and these guys are supposed to just want nothing. No, they got requirements. That's why they'll deal with you. But when it's time to pick someone, they tend to pick a woman who has no children so they can make their own family and their own legacy. I cannot overstate that. But ladies really seem to have a hard time accepting it because of the choices you've made, and you can't undo them. I respect it, but you can't undo them. I got to get on to the next caller, though. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Kevin.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah. So, you guys don't seem to realize you're not a parent. Many of you guys don't seem to realize that was a valuable conversation. That was a valuable conversation. And she was a good sport. I mean, I don't know how old a lot of you guys are. But you also get to a point to where life gets to a point to where life starts telling you no. Many of you are still kind of young, and you haven't got to the point to where life is telling you no. Hello?
Hi.
Hi, you were on the Clubhouse.
I was.
Good memory, don't I?
You sure do.
What do you got for me?
So, of course, I'm in total agreement with you. One of the things that I think that for women, one of our hardest things is to take accountability. That's number one. Number two, I think in the realms of our market, we don't realize that the company that we keep is our value.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because most of the time we hang with people or we're associated with a group of people that may not have the value that we're looking for, and then we don't understand why we don't actually connect to that higher value, because we're not in the market for the higher value. And a lot of women, and I say this all the time, money knows money.
That's right.
It's very silent. You don't have to announce it, because money knows money. And a man of a certain value, he'll be able to distinguish this quality of a woman based on her appearance, her demeanor, her vernacular. All of those things come to a great point where just a regular dinner, he can take her to a restaurant that she may not know how to read the menu. She may not be familiar with a certain ingredient that's in the food. And those things easily distinguish her value. Right. And so I think that that's one of the things where a lot of women have a hard time, digesting that, because again, they want a lifestyle, but they are not quite equipped for the lifestyle.
Daisy, I tell you, can't tell you how many times I've taken someone out to eat, and there's more than one course, and they're like all these different forks. And I'm like, and then you try to tell them, it's like, they feel some kind of way. And then especially doing what I do in Atlanta is the bootleg and frog cattle. I was like, that's fake. That's fake. That's just trying to cap. So the thing is, this high value thing it's taking on a life of its own, and it's important to have a conversation, but it is not necessary. We don't need all this stuff.
I agree.
I don't know when it happened when Black people became so enamored with, I gotta have a Mercedes or nothing.
I think, again, a lot of people, and this is another thing that women do too, women equate their value based on a material that a man can give them, versus basing their value in the things that are not tangible, the things that are not replaceable. And
I used to do that so well.
Yeah. And it's one of the things that I'm glad that you point out. It does make a difference when you're raised with your mom or your dad. Now, I was not raised with my mom and dad in the house. I was raised by my grandparents. They're still together.
You even had better.
I had better. They're still together. The example that my grandmother set, my grandfather has hypertension, and he has had hypertension since he was 17. So my entire life, I've always seen my grandmother make a meal for she and I, and make a separate meal for him. When I became of age to make food, I took pride in also making my grandfather's dinner, shopping for him differently, feeding him
sodium,
differently.
Low fat,
low sodium, low fat. He couldn't have meats that he had to have the breast of a meat, because he couldn't have something with bones and the veins. Those things are very important. So I knew those things. Also, we had food. Dinner was by 5:30, 6 o'clock. The dinner was prepared. So I was used to a certain lifestyle, and it also reared me up a certain way. And so I see that, of course, a lot of women may not agree or understand, but that was something that I saw work. And they are still married today. And they are the best example that I've had for what marriage should look like.
Of all the men that I know and have known in my lifetime, I've always heard men say this. I've said it myself. We will go down in looks to go up in cooperation and femininity, because it's a different energy when you're talking to a woman who knows how to take pride in serving your family. It's like, young lady, the first person I was talking to for the longest, if you can just juxtapose the conversation you and I have with the conversation is right now, my stress level is at a completely different level. Y'all just go back and turn the volume down and just listen. And when you have a woman that actually, we live longer this way, guys. I mean, it's simply that we live longer. So I appreciate you calling in. I'm gonna get back on Clubhouse. You know, that was crazy. Did you have anything else you wanted to put in though?
I just wanted to say, I want women, and sometimes I feel because you're a man, it's a little harder for them to digest. And this is why I like to come on and talk with you to give it from a woman's perspective. Maybe it'll be a little easier to take. Mm-hmm. But the high value man is not concerned with a woman's money. A real man is not counting her pocket. Mm-hmm. A real man is not concerned with her money. He's not even reaching for her money. And that's the one thing that I can appreciate about having a high value man raise me, and also being intended to a high value man. My money is not his concern. Even though I am
not at all.
It is not his concern. And the one thing that I understand is my role as a woman. And I think when women start to understand that we're women and we start getting back into gender roles, I think we'll start to get exactly what we're looking for. As long as we are in competition with men, we're going to deal with harder times. And no heterosexual man wants a masculine woman. Just like no heterosexual woman wants a feminine man. So women need to be clear to identify with who they are as a woman and respect their role, and also appreciate the man and his role as a leader. And another thing too, women think that men have a hard time deciding. Men are built to be decisive. They're decision makers. This is why men are leaders. This is why God has given men that job of leading, protecting, and providing. So as long as we don't allow them to be men, they'll never be men to us, and will never amount to that status or that level that we're looking for, because we haven't quite understood our own positions.
Appreciate it, Daisy. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Yeah, man, that's completely different energy. Completely different energy. That's the energy I was raised around. Energy raised around. And now here's the challenge to men. Right, wrong, or indifferent, we must lead the conversation. We must lead the conversation. In the Black community, for whatever reason, again, right, wrong, or indifferent, Black women have and continue to lead the conversation. We have to step into the point and lead the conversation. Many of us have to gain the skill sets, the communication skills, the stature, the whatever, but that's the position we have to be in, because other groups, other races, the men lead the conversation. And even though Black women may feel comfortable leading the conversation, if you've been around truly feminine women or truly masculine men, or men who are really leading something, the dynamic is completely different. And women fall into their natural place when they kind of give up that masculine energy and just kind of fall back into their space. So, you know, I like coming on Instagram because it's a little bit more intimate like this. Do more one-to-one conversations, you know, really kind of having, and this year we're going to focus on self-awareness, gratitude, humility, and empathy. Kind of right-sizing everything. Hope everybody had a good time. This is a good conversation. I gotta go grab me something. It's after midnight. It's after midnight. Oh, damn. I'll talk to you later. Oh, shit. Peace out.